To decrease cybersecurity risk and protect yourself online, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, kicked off Cybersecurity Awareness Month on October 1st, following a proclamation by President Biden designating October as a time for the public and private sectors to work together to continue raising awareness about the importance of cybersecurity and equip the public with the resources they need to be safer and more secure online. On that note, I welcome you to another episode of ICT Today with Abimbola Ilori. Throughout October, multinationals and individuals are encouraged to be cyber smart, participating in a number of events, social media engagements, and other outreach, encouraging people to take ownership of their individual cybersecurity and take actionable steps to stay safe online is the campaign during the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. In this package, we will engage an expert who will be taking us through steps to make ourselves not vulnerable in the cyberspace. I have with me Prince Ademola Ogunwoye, who is a cybersecurity expert. We will try as much as possible to make you, our viewer, cyber smart. Prince, glad to have you on this program.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be on the program too.
Okay, so straight to the business. Cybersecurity is ultimately about protecting lives and keeping people secure. It is important that everyone take a moment this month to implement common sense steps to keep themselves secure online. Prince, can you give us some of the steps needed to be cyber safe?
Thank you. You see, whenever I hear the word cybersecurity, the thing that comes to my mind is our people. The first thing is we need to educate and orientate our people about cybersecurity, cyber threats, internet fraud that happens here and there. Now, the first step is orientation. We need to orientate our people about the use of the so-called Internet of Things. So we have to first start with orientating our people about the usage of cybersecurity and the use of Internet of Things.
Okay. So the orientation is the basics. After being oriented now, as much of our lives is on digital platforms, how do we combat the growing threat posed in the cyberspace? People will send unsolicited text messages, unsolicited mail requesting your information. How do we combat this growing threat posed in the cyberspace?
Okay. Now the thing is, we as a cybersecurity expert, we have to first start by letting people know what it's all about. Then secondly, the importance of software related to cybersecurity. 90% of cyber fraud are being connected through the use of softwares. Okay. Softwares. So it all centered on the Software Usage Act. So the rate at which the internet fraudsters make use of software to collect data goes a long way. Then, because our people are not being informed, so they get deformed about the use of software to penetrate into individual database, most especially making use of pinching websites, fake hosts. I could remember a time I was working at a cyber cafe years back. Then we discovered that some of the people who came to use the internet have installed malware softwares that get your password, username and password on the server. So whenever you put in your email ID, they get access to your data and they collect information from your email ID. So from the cyberspace, all information are being stored in the cyberspace using the Ghost website, using different kind of API injection tools, okay, to attack to attack whoever they want to attack. So the first thing is, when you know about this information, how will you safeguard your data? Safeguarding your data also goes a long way to prevent yourself being hacked by the black hackers.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So now, in your last response, you mentioned installing softwares, as in reputable softwares, antivirus, and malware softwares. Can you please explain this? How do we identify reputable software? Because an average user of the internet, especially in this part of the world, might not see this as a big deal. We might just get to the internet, see a software, maybe a package, and just download it. And how do we identify a software that is reputable when it comes to cybersecurity?
Now, let me put it in a layman language.
Okay.
Any layman will understand. You see, the problem we have in this kind of our own environment here is that we love something that is fake. We don't appreciate anything original. Now, most 98% of operating system users, either Windows 7, Windows 8, or Windows 10, are not using genuine licensed software.
Okay.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
They are not using genuine licensed software. Most of them uses this 200 naira pirated software. Oh, my laptop got fault, gives an engineer. They use pirated software because the license is not genuine. It makes the work easier for the black hackers to penetrate into the operating system. Okay, so that's one of the things that happen whenever we relate our data, having 2 or 3 antiviruses on one PC. So they work against each other because the source code they used to build system A is different from the one they use in building system B. So they work against each other and transferred our data into the cyberspace. So now, how will you now identify genuine softwares or genuine websites? Whenever a website pump up, either through pinching page, okay, the website pump up into your email, you have to first look at the URL. Okay, for example, any Nigerian institution cannot carry .com.ng. It has to carry edu dot, but most of the time you will not know. You want to make payment online, you just insert because it's a portal you have been looking for, not knowing that it's a clone website. By the time you put in your credit card, the black guys already have access to all your banking data.
So now you've been able to identify, you've been able to educate us how to identify reputable software. Any software that you see online that is downloaded free and not from the genuine websites, they are not genuine software. That is what you've said. And you said that you advise that we should not install multiple antivirus. I think that one is worth noting also. So I move on to the next question. We have been talking about softwares as software aspect of cybersecurity. Are there hardwares that can be used to protect us in the cyberspace?
The human users, which is the people's way, people using the system now, are the ones to protect yourself by protecting your email ID, because your email ID goes a long way in any of your transactions. Your cell phone number goes a long way in any of your transactions. So the hardware we are talking about is we, the users. Ability to get informed and ability to keep our information safe. Okay, now looking at the ATM fraud that happens within November till where we are now. In Nigeria, the rate of ATM fraud increases from 3% to 6%. Okay, so now what really causes it? Many of us relate our informations through even the POS technology we are talking about. The printout, that slip. Okay, let's look at the slip of the printed out from the ATM machine. Contains the card details, the 4 number and the 4 last number. And many people, their nonchalant attitude will get the POS. I want to make a transaction. After the transaction, they will throw down the slip at the ATM stand, the printer from the ATM machine, the paper. People will throw it away. They don't care about that printed paper. And when these black ass people get access to this information, It's more or less as if they've already have access to your bank account. But many people don't give consistency to little information that can destroy whatever thing they are talking about.
Now, thank you for that exclusive explanation. Over 90% of successful cyber attacks start with a phishing emails, and many people are falling victim of this. You as an expert, how do you think we can identify phishing email? You have mentioned something related to that, but I want you to address phishing emails now. How do we identify phishing emails?
So the first thing they do is to create the fake site and send it to your email ID. They have softwares that can auto-generate email IDs online. So they will generate auto email and send bulk SMS email. Okay. This phishing page created does not enter into your real inbox. They will enter into your spam or into your spam email. So whenever you enter your spam email, you will see those emails in your spam. So by the time you click on that email, it will direct you to the website of the vendor. Oh, you now take advantage. Oh, I want to open this website before. By the time you put in your username and password, they already have access to your email. Any email that you receive in your email ID, that either in your inbox or in your outbox that you did not authorize, open the email. When you see the content and it redirects you to another website that has login page, know it is a phishing site. So the best thing is to close such email. Don't bother to put your email ID and password, because the moment you put in your email and password, they already have access to your email. And another thing I want to emphasize on is our password. Most of the time, or often time, we use the same password for all our email IDs. So once they have access to one of your email, they already have access to all your emails. For example, we have the users, you are on different social platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page. The same password you use in your Facebook, the same email and password is what you use for your Gmail, for your Ymail, for your Facebook page. So when they have access to one, they have access to all. So that one is not professional enough. So learn how to create different password for different social platforms.
On a final note, are there cyber hygiene rules for government agencies? You as an expert, what do you have for government agencies when you operate online? Are there rules that you can just give to viewer?
Regards that, I know the e-money platform that was launched yesterday, they might have put some kind of security measure to secure the platform. But I must say that our government has not put what we expect to be on ground, okay, to make sure that we really secure the so-called internet to where we want it to be. Look at the origin of the HE, that's the IP version 4. Now we are in IP version 6. So what has been put in place to make sure that the so-called digital space in code being secured, we don't really have what it takes. Internet route, those that can guide the internet facility. For example, let me break it down to you. The use of VPN. When I was in India for a kind of research work in cybersecurity, the Yahoo boys in India cannot do anything with Indian server. They will get them down. Why? Because they have the trace route. They can trace anybody that committed internet fraud with their central server. So any fraud that happens there, they always use our Nigerian modem, our telecom modem. They will bridge it up using their own SIM card, so wire network. So that one is untraceable. So we still don't have the equipment here, okay, that enables tracking very easy. So that's why you see that criminal goes away easily. But I believe with the e-money platform that was just been launched and is part of President Muhammad Buhari agenda to use ICT as his benchmark for the Nigerian change agenda. So I believe that the technology has been going in this regard. And
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, Prince Ademola Ogunye, for your time and sharing with us in this episode of ICT Today. And I hope next time we call on you, you will make yourself available.
All right, yeah, thank you, sir. We'll be much available, and I'll be happy to throw more light to the challenges we have.
Okay. And to you, our viewer, that is the package for today. Make it a date with us next time for another episode. But before I draw the curtain today, kindly take time out to follow us on all our social media platforms, subscribe to our Facebook page and YouTube channel, click on the bell icon to receive notification on new updates. You can watch us live on your mobile by downloading our app from App Store and Play Store. We are also live on our website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. Until next time, if it is digital, it is part of ICT.